Hey everyone, this is David Pike with the Motorcity Mechanic. Now today we're going to have a video it's not really too lengthy, it's fairly short, but what it is, it'll work on a 2014 and 2015 Ram pickup. I'm going to show you how to remove the media hub from the center console. Now it may go by other terms depending on who you're talking to, but the media hub that I'm speaking of in the center console is where the SD card goes, as well as your USB port, as well as your auxiliary port for if you're using a smartphone, music device, as well as a memory card for playing music. I want to show you step by step how to get that out without doing any kind of damage to the center console. And it's fairly simple as long as you know where to look for everything and you don't end up prying on something you don't need to pry on and break it. So with that, you go ahead and make yourself comfortable, and I will get my hands dirty. Alright, so today what we're going to be working on is replacing the auxiliary ports on this vehicle here. There's a problem where going down the road intermittently, the radio will start changing modes and wanting to go into USB for auxiliary, such as your smartphone or whatever music device you've got. So we need to get to it, and of course it's inside this center console here. It's a matter of just lifting it up. And of course what you're going to find is you're usually going to find all the customer's personal stuff in here. Need to set that to the side. Now inside's a plastic rubber liner. We need to remove that in order to get to the fasteners or the screws. So we'll pick that up and neatly put it to the side. And with that, we move on to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 T20 torque screws. We'll go ahead and get those going. Just work your way around. The back two sit down in the recess a little deep. Unless you got a magnet to pull them out, I would just go ahead and leave them in there. They're not going to go anywhere because we're not going to tilt it upside down or nothing like that. Alright, so we're down to the last one here. And once we get that out, we'll go ahead and pick up on this, I say at the floor of the console. We'll pick up on the back end, and then what we'll do is we'll start pulling it out towards the rear. Now, you've got your power outlet in here as well as the USB setup, and we've got to disconnect each one. We've got a connector for a power outlet. And then we got our connectors, which are a total of 2 for the USBs. Now the one USB out here is a little difficult. You guys squeeze pretty tight. And then once we've got that off, we can now set it to the side. And we've got our USB port assembly right here on the rear. At this point, so that we don't lose the 2 Phillips or the torques that are in the deeper pockets, I'll put my thumb over one, rotate and get them both out of the way, because as I rotate this upside down, I don't want them to fall out. So now here we go. You got the back here, which is your power outlet if you need to replace, but we're actually going to do our radio inputs here. We're just going to squeeze in on the thing. As we're squeezing in, we're going to try to push forward. It kicks it out some. And we try to get down in here to do the same thing as well. You'll actually hear it snap each time you do it. So there we go. We've got the USB portion out. We'll set that to the side and grab our new one. And it's made so that it can only go one way. It is keyed right here. So you'll get your new one, slide it in until you finally hear it snap in place. And you might even hear 4 snaps as you move around. This one we had 1. So now we've got it replaced. Now like I said, if you're doing your power outlet, you just go ahead and get it here. Otherwise, that's all you got to do on that. Now, when we go to reinstall, just as we said earlier, just slide it in forward, push down on the rear, and put your 7 T20 torques back in place, your rubber liner. Otherwise, it's pretty cut and dry, and then time will tell if you've solved your problem with your auxiliary inputs coming on while you're going down the road. Alright, so you've had a little bit of time to watch the video. Like I said, it wasn't too in-depth, but Like I said, I like to repeat myself over and over so that way it cements in your mind what you need to do. Just take your time. You know where all the torque screws are. You know how to access them because they are hidden. And also to take care when you're taking everything apart that you don't pry and break anything, because you know we want to return it back to new or as close to new as possible, or at least in the condition it was before we touched it. That's the most important thing. So hopefully it gave you a little information on if you've ever got to replace this item. So at this point, if you have any suggestions about future videos, I do from time to time make custom videos. I say custom when a person has a specific question. If I can get my hands on a vehicle that they're asking about, I try to make that video for them. Also, if you got any general questions, maybe you're having a problem with a car, just throw it out there. I'll try my best to answer it, or at least give you some ideas about what I think is going on. Also any thumbs up, thumbs down, that lets me know how I'm doing, whether or not I'm answering the questions or making videos that really people are wanting to watch. And also, if you get up here in this top right corner, it's kind of hard to point to it. You see my logo? That logo's there for a reason. It's there for you to click on. If you click on it, it's going to direct you over to the main page where you can actually subscribe. Also, if you wait to the end of the video, I'll have a little button at the bottom that you can click as well to subscribe. So when you subscribe, it'll keep you, I won't say in the group, you'll always be notified whenever I make any new videos or have anything that comes up, because you know it's like anything, you may not need to know it now, but you may want to know it later. May come up with a problem on a car that you own, your sister owns, your daughter owns, whatever, or a buddy. And then you'll go, hey, you know what? I remember something. Dave did a video on it on Motorcity Mechanic. Now I know where to go. So definitely subscribe. So everybody, thank you for watching these videos. I greatly appreciate it. And always stay tuned for more.